Let's hear it for number 14. Yotes lose to the Toronto Maple Leafs, which means that this video is going to take off because of someone else that I'm kind of copying from. Totally, very much, absolutely not on purpose. Yeah, it's kind of on purpose. It's a little bit on purpose. You could call it a parody, you could call it a homage, I don't know. Regardless, he's the inspiration, and yet he's the one who gets the last laugh. And the worst part is I predicted it. Wool comes in, he comes back from an injury, and I said right at the beginning of the game, like, oh, we're not going to win, it's Wool. Sure enough, it's Wool. They win, is what I'm getting at. But then I thought, hey, wait a second, this is the first time Kerfoot has gone back to Toronto since being traded to the Coyotes. Maybe, because of the Leafs' track record, maybe having someone that was from there return there, maybe it'll give us a bit of an advantage because they don't seem to play well when it comes to another team and another player that was on them going up against them. I don't even know what I'm talking about even. Wow. English. I can't even do this video. This video is going to drive me insane as it is. This game drove me insane. I'm going insane. And I apologize. I think that 14 games straight, losses. I think I'm allowed to be just a little bit psycho right now. Just a little bit. First period starts. Jersey has a chance. He shoots. He misses wide. Bit later, Giordano gets a chance to try and score on Ingram. And he doesn't quite get it, but what he does get is a face full of boards when he slides right into him. And yeah, I don't want to make too much light of this because it's unfortunate it happened. You don't like to see it. Doesn't matter if you're a fan of the Coyotes, a fan of the Leafs, a fan of whoever. Player going down is not good. And it was really unfortunate to see him go off. I don't think he even came back in this one, and I don't blame him. He hit those boards hard. They were saying that he was going 33 kilometers per hour, which is a hair over 20 miles per hour, right into the boards. Yeah, it's not going to be comfy. Marner gets a breakaway, and, that's already the story that we've got. Like, this, excluding the empty net goal from the Canadiens game, this is the fourth breakaway goal that was allowed in a row. But it wasn't even Marner that scored it. He looks back and he finds Nyes, who's from Arizona, and he just kind of kicks the puck back to him. He could have shot. He could have scored. It looked like he had Ingram beat. He definitely had Ingram beat when he passed the puck back to Nyes, who puts it in. Arizona resident scores on Arizona team, the team that he grew up watching, for the wrong team. And they go up 1-0. Going to period 2, Bertuzzi gets the goal essentially off of the face-off. It's kind of passed back to him. He shoots it. It goes into the back of the net. At least it wasn't a breakaway. Then there's a goal where it's kind of a breakaway. Nyes passes it across to Nylander, but it's kind of deflected on the way, so Nylander has to kind of stop up to grab the puck. But the Yotes are following the puck. And they're all, the defensive cell that the Coyotes do are all transferred over so that they can follow the puck. And they're looking at the puck. Well, the puck gets kicked off to Matthews, who's coming in. He's not seeing it all because the Yotes are, again, they're just looking at the puck. Matthews shoots, scores, 3-2-0. And then the Coyotes go down on an interference call. But we score shorthanded. Kerfoot gets a breakaway. He scores, which is interesting because Kerfoot's the one that came from Toronto. So, the thing that I thought would happen is Kerfoot was going to score a goal. It was going to spark this whole big thing if we were going to win this game. Kind of happened. Kerfoot got the goal. He got the goal against Toronto. That prediction, half of the prediction was true. And we can move on now. As we go into the third, there's a shot from Michelli that kind of bounces off the post, hits the back of Wool. And Wool can't collect it in time. Cooley gets to push it into the net. We're down by 1 now. Which honestly is kind of terrifying because we are not good at coming back in these games. Like, all that did was increase the stress that everyone was going through. Puck's out in front of the net with the Coyotes player who decides to try and pass it to Hayton. I don't even know who the Coyotes player was that passed it. I just saw Hayton in a really bad position get the puck and try and shoot it between the legs because he got a bad pass. Not to mention he was surrounded by Leafs. And what could have been a really good opportunity, just tossed away, tossed into the ocean. And then the nail in the coffin comes. Leafs score on the empty net. And then Bertuzzi tries, he hits the post as the game closes out. That's the game. Can we be done now? No, we can't, because there was a fight between O'Brien and Reeves where O'Brien was tossed around like a rag doll. And now we can be done with the stupid game. 14 straight games that the Coyotes have lost. 2 of which did end in overtime. So, hey, we got 2 points in the last 14 games. That was a voice crack. And the worst part is it's a back-to-back, which means tomorrow we play Ottawa. And what's already not looking great is about to look a whole lot worse because back-to-backs, that kind of thing. Not to mention Ottawa's, they're fighting to prove people wrong. That's the way I'm looking at it. That's what I see. They're fighting to prove people wrong. And if there's anything to go by, it's the games against Florida, which, that's its own thing. But it's kind of proof that they're at least a little gritty. They're willing to fight. The Yotes don't look like they're willing to fight. They look lackluster, and people keep giving them excuses. It's the arena. It's just the arena. It's the fans. That's my excuse for them, or it was. And now it's not. Because whatever's going on now it's internal. It's got to be internal. I'm really thinking that if anything's going to change within the next few days, I'm pretty sure Turney's gone. Because what coach sticks around after 14 games lost, especially after a stretch where we looked competent? We were 2 points out of a wild card spot with 2 games in hand. We had 2 games right here with 2 points behind. One of those 2 games that are in here, if we had won one of those 2 games, and then the team that's in the wildcard spot loses that game that they don't have in here, we're in the playoff conversation. Instead, we go on 14 games where we don't win 1. 21 years ago, aside from today, 21 years ago was the last time that Toronto beat Arizona in Toronto. That has changed tonight. And we squander it all. Because the boys didn't look ready to play at all. So what's going to change? Because something needs to change. So tomorrow, like I said, Ottawa and Arizona play. It's a back-to-back. Stay howling. Go Yotes. And sincerely, thank you for watching.